this is insane. This is insane. What are you talking about? So, they've both been asked recently. She's been asked in the past, I think, 3 weeks about their marriage.
Right. And so they lied about it.
Yeah.
So how is that any different than what I'm suggesting they've been doing for years? It's not. So, it's unfortunate, and it's not easy being a public figure. So, and a public figure going through a very public divorce, that's not going to be easy for them. So I do hope the trolls online, and they know who they are. They're the ones that have like 2 followers and always have something to say about other people's lives. You know what I mean? So I hope they leave her alone. I hope they leave them alone. I don't think he's going to get the comments or the statements that she's going to get. She's going to go through more of it. And although she seems very Teflon, she's very sensitive on the inside and easily wounded. So yeah, I hope she's got a good support group around her to help her through that. And I think she does.
You think she's going to have a harder time with all like the social media outcry?
Yeah, I do. I think this, and I don't mean to, and I can only speak to the women out there that understand what I'm saying. I think women take things a little more personally. It's not that guys don't hurt, and it's not that they don't cry or feel brokenhearted. They do. I think women take on a lot of the blame or personal blame. Like they feel like there's something more there's something more they could have done, or I think they had to have done everything they could to hold the marriage together. I don't know a lot of people that get separated that don't actually get divorced. So
that's what I was going to ask you, because the People magazine, says separated, and that's the headline. They chose that word very carefully.
Sure.
And then, Kyle, right, they made their joint statement, Kyle and Mauricio, in regards to the news that came out about us. Any claims of us divorcing are untrue. They've had a tough year, the most challenging of their marriage. They both love and respect each other. So basically, I read this to say, whatever this headline is, maybe we're leading separate lives in the house, but we're not going to divorce.
Good luck to them on that. Unless they can learn to have open relationships and live under the same roof, I don't know what other direction that can go in. I mean, all people need a little TLC from someone else, and they desire that emotional connection with another person. It's innately human for us to want that. So however they want to do it, it's Beverly Hills. They do everything differently than the rest of the country and probably the rest of the world. Whatever they need to do, I just say don't be too surprised if another long weekend comes up and they deliver the news that way. We know how this works. When you're a celebrity and you're in the public eye, you drop the news on a long holiday weekend or a long holiday week, so it gets hopefully buried, or not as many people see it. So but whatever they need to do, if they end up holding it together, more power to them. I honestly don't care either way. And I don't even she doesn't care about my marriage and my life. I don't particularly care what she does. I feel for her. I can empathize with her children. But when it comes down to it, she's a grown woman. She's going to do what she wants. Amen. Good for her. That's life.
And that is true. Like I didn't even think about it being a long weekend, but you do kind of choose these, like, I forgot when Erica Jane, that whole thing with Tom, that was something was going on at that time. I think, honestly, I think it was the election. I think it was literally like the day of the election or after or something. So to your point, I think that's a good point.
Yeah.
And also, I think to your point, you announce this separation in that statement. And then, like if you announce you're getting divorced, everyone's going to say, who cares? Like, wasn't that already? Because I think if people are confused, like, I think they feel like that's already announced, which it isn't. So I think when that is announced, possibly no one will care, because this is it's like a 1-2 punch,
because they saw it coming. Yeah. That could be why. It could be that you get more mileage of publicity out of a separation and then the divorce. It's hard to say. Hollywood's got a lot of angles to it.
Hollywood's got a lot of angles. Listen, there's these rumors that have just existed. I mean, I'm not saying this. You're not saying this. They're out there. Everyone listening knows this all throughout the years. Mauricio plays around. That's every time I do a podcast, I'm asked about this and what do I think? They did say in this joint statement, there's no impropriety, there's no wrongdoing on anyone's part that has led to this. Do you believe that?
No.
Okay.
So, on that one, I'm just gonna, excuse me.
Yes. I mean, see, that's why you have that there. I'm sipping my coffee.
This has been very stressful, and
I
I'm not
mean,
even in the marriage.
no, and it's not like you wake up wanting to talk about this. Like, out of the kindness of your heart, we are friends. You have decided,
Yes.
like, you have agreed to come back on. I did reach out to you just to say hello, and I always enjoy speaking to you, but I mean, this is, people want to hear it.
I
Allison. So
understand.
I appreciate it. If everyone says, why are you here? Well, let them say it, because you're here because you, out of the kindness of your heart, are sitting down with me. And yes, thank you. But I agree with you. I mean, what about, the rumors that he plays. There was that Perez Hilton thing that surfaced and is kind of resurfacing that, maybe he
Yeah.
goes both ways. Maybe there's guys, I mean, like grown men.
I only know, and I'm not even basing this on an energy that I picked up. I lived in Beverly Hills. It's a small town. I've been at parties. I've met people who knew him like that. So whatever they need to say to be okay with themselves, all good, all good. I believe there were improprieties. That's my personal belief. That's my opinion.
And you believe just sometimes, because Beverly Hills is so small, there might have been guys that you knew that apparently did whatever.
I'll just say that I've met people who said that they saw him regularly. I'll just leave it at that.
Wow. What about all these rumors about, because, everyone thinks divorce and propriety. They hear all these rumors about Mauricio for all these years. You just think,
Right.
oh, what a dog, whether it was men or women. But what about
Right.
all of this that has now resurfaced about Morgan Ward, the country singer? She's female, that Kyle is with her, in love with her, has been with her, whatever it is, that's out there.
She must have needed something emotionally, and I hope she found it. That's great. If she found that with someone, she must have been needing it for a long time. There was something she didn't get from him and something he wasn't able to provide for her. And if they find it in other places, more power to them. That actually surprised me more than hearing that the separation was happening. The separation didn't cause me pause. The people kept asking me about a country singer. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, because I don't follow the Housewives, so I don't know. And then I think you had said that it was a woman, and that actually surprised me. But tit for tat, I don't know. I don't know why that would be her direction, but